Welcome back to Kentucky Lasslo. Boy, it is hot outside, but it's never too hot to take out one of these wonderful old war babies, the M1 Carbine, however you want to say it. Take it out, put some rounds down range. So let's take some shots with it, talk a lot about it, and let's have some fun. This is my Winchester M1 Carbine. This is actually a gift from my wife for Christmas from a few years ago. Could there be a better gift from a woman? I really don't know. It's awesome. This rifle is smooth, accurate, a true beauty. You know, I've often wondered what it sounds like to be fired upon by the M1 Carbine. Let's set the camera up down range and see what it sounds like. I'm literally firing around my expensive camera. It didn't really sound like I thought it would. Now let's see what this 30 carbine round does to a can of soup. Well, the first shot was obviously just a bit low. Second shot though, blew right through that can, right out the back. Not too shabby. The ammo for today is Armscore USA 30 carbine 110 grain full metal jacket. As I said earlier, it's very hot today. It's well above 90 degrees, so I'm going to shoot a few more rounds out of this M1 Carbine, and then we're going to go inside in the air conditioning and talk a lot about it, okay? We're back inside with this beautiful carbine. These were designed between 1938 and 1941. They were produced from July 1942 to August of 1945. Their service time, however, was from 1942 to 1973. They served in World War II, Korea, and well into the Vietnam War. Over 6 million of these M1 carbines were produced at this time for around $45 per rifle, which, if you knew how much they cost now, that would be a dream. Unloaded, it weighs about 5.2 pounds. Loaded, just under 6 pounds. It is 35.6 inches in length. It is a gas-operated short-stroke piston rifle with a rotating bolt. As you can see, I depressed the mag release button. Now, the safety here is a flip safety. That used to be a push button as well. As you can imagine, that caused problems early on by soldiers quickly pressing the wrong button, dropping the magazine instead of rendering the weapon ready to fire. So the safety was changed to a flip safety really quick. The variants of this carbine are the M1A1, the M1A3, the M2, the M2A2, and the M3. The rate of fire is about 60 to 70 aimed rounds per minute. On full auto with like the M2, it's about 750 rounds per minute, but you better be really quick changing those magazines. It is said that this carbine is effective out to 300 yards, though many argue about 200 yards is about the expected range of its total effectiveness. But that's up for debate. These carbines were first fitted with a flip sight, which is a little just flippable sight on the very back of this rifle. The first shorter part of the flip was 150 yards. You flipped it to the long range. It was 200 yards. That was all changed, though, in around 1944 with a new sliding adjustable ramp sight. This new ramp sight also had adjustment for windage. Another major addition was the bayonet lug. It was added in 1945. Very few of these carbines made it to the front lines or to any combat at all with the bayonet lug in World War II, but some actually did. Mainly, you saw this bayonet lug utilized in the Korean War and the Vietnam War. So how many different manufacturers created the M1 carbines? Well, we have the Inland Division of General Motors. We have Winchester, Irwin Penderson, Saginaw Steering Gear Division of General Motors, Underwood Elliott Fisher, National Postal Meter, Quality Hardware Manufacturing, IBM, Standard Products, Rock-Ola, the Jukebox Company, Commercial Controls Corporation. There's also lots of copies being made by Auto Ordnance, Universal, and also Plainfield. Here's a quick rundown of how the M1 carbine came to be. So prior to World War II, the U.S. Army Ordnance Department, they received reports that the full-sized M1 Garand was too just cumbersome and heavy for most support troops. This included radio men, artillerymen, medical, fill in the blank. A smaller, handier, more accurate weapon was needed. It needed to be a lightweight defensive weapon with greater range, accuracy, and firepower than a handgun, while weighing half as much as the Thompson submachine gun or the M1 rifle. Winchester developed the 30 carbine cartridge for the Ordnance Department. In May of 1939, Winchester hired David Marshall Carbine Williams, who had begun work on a short-stroke gas piston design while serving a prison sentence in North Carolina. With the help of William C. Romer, Fred Humston, and 3 other Winchester engineers under the supervision of Edwin Pugsley, there was a cobbled-together prototype put together. After the initial Army testing in August of 1941, the Winchester design team set out to develop a more refined version. The second prototype was completed successfully in September of 1941, and Winchester was soon notified of their success. Standardization as the M1 Carbine was approved on October 22nd of 1941. So apart from some improvements made along the way and some new variants after the fact, this is pretty much the M1 Carbine that we all know and love and collect today. The next video on the list is going to be a penetration test for this .30 carbine ammo. I also want to test the max range of this rifle at 300 plus yards. Hey everybody, thanks for joining Kentucky Lasslo again. Some of you have asked about shirts, so I'll leave the link in the description box below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I intend to do a lot more with the M1 Carbine and the .30 carbine ammo. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do so, and you have a great day.